Today's video is going to be about Pets in the Classroom grant and what are the steps to obtain the grant and can you use it for more than a few years. So I thought I'd do a video on this because I was not aware that this was a thing until another teacher introduced it to me, and even though it's not much, it still does help in the long run. So that's what this video is going to be about, and also what I got this year. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. So first thing you need to do is log on to petsintheclassroom.org. You need to click on Teachers and then Grant Application. Then you're going to go through, this will give you a lot of details. You need to read through this. You can pause the video if you need to, but you need to continue scrolling down, and once you reach the bottom of the page, you will click on Choose Your Grant Here. This page is where you're going to choose your grant type. There are many different stores, but you also need to be aware that the stores have different animals for each one. So some won't have certain animals, so just keep that in mind. Some you may not have heard of, they may not be in your area, so you need to pick one that is local to you. They have Pet Supermarket, Petland. These I've never heard of, so I don't know where they're local to. But then you have Pet Supplies Plus. I'm not sure why these pictures aren't showing up, but they're not today. Then you have your rebate grant, and then your sustaining grant. So pick the one that you want, and at this next page, they're going to ask you to create a user account, and you'll need to input in your email, your school address. It's going to ask a lot of information from you in order to see what you're going to use the guinea pig for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an example of what type of grant or coupons you may get if you're accepted into the program. So I'm going to click Petco grant. Now, I did mine 3 years ago, so it may be just a tad bit different. There are several different coupon samples for many different animals for Petco. So I'm going to show you what the guinea pig one looks like. For this one, you only get 2 coupons. This sample, you get 1 guinea pig, 50% off of a guinea pig, and you just want to read through all these instructions, bring these coupons to Petco, keep it attached to this page. You can make separate purchases. The second one is you get a free Katie Complete guinea pig kit. I would not advise getting that because, as you know, that is not the correct size for a guinea pig. However, I did use this because that is the container that I use for a litter box. So I did redeem this code because I wanted it as a litter box. When I did this coupon, they also had a third one, and it was $40 for pet supplies. So I don't know if they continue to have that because that was 3 years ago. I just wanted to give you an overview of the steps. First thing is, if it's your first year, you have to pick your first grant. So with any of those stores, you fill out that application, submit it, and then within 3 to 4 weeks, they will send you. When I did it 3 years ago, they did it by mail. They sent it to you, your coupons, and then the other was, they may actually now send it through the email. But then that's your first year. You have until December 31st to get that in to purchase your items, otherwise the coupons go void. But then the next year, you need to apply for the sustaining grant, and you can reapply. This is my 3rd year applying for the sustaining grant, so I don't know if, or 2nd year, how many years you can do this. It's until, I guess, they run out, this program stops, or they run out of money. But what the sustaining grant is, pretty much you have $50 to spend, and it's just for your animal supplies. So that could be food, toys, hideaways, whatever you need, equipment for your animal. So what you do for that is you'd have the same process. You go to that website, you click on the sustaining grant, and then you sign in and then fill out the application again, and you send that to them, you submit it, and then within 2 to 3 weeks they will send you an email and give you the actual application that you have to fill out. What has to happen is your principal has to sign it, you have to sign it, and you need to go purchase your items. So you have $50 to spend. That includes tax. It's not tax-free or tax-exempt. $50 including tax. Once you have made those purchases, you need to make copies of your receipts, and you keep the original copy. The company asks for the actual copy of the receipts, so what you'll do is you'll send that in with that application that you have printed out and your principal and you have signed, and within 4 to 6 weeks you will get a check in the mail for $50. Now, I'm going to tell you again, you will not get a lot of stuff with $50. That's not a lot of stuff at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I have gotten with $50. So I don't buy their food and hay because I get that in bulk online, and so I save money with that. So what I mainly focus on is hideaways and chew toys for them. So instead of using Petco or PetSmart, because they have pretty much the same thing, once you get a hideaway, they never change their hideaways, they just sell the same thing. So I decided to travel to Knoxville and go to Pet Supplies Plus, because there's not one around here, and spend my $50. So the first thing I got was, it's called a Peter's Fruit Salad Bowl, and yeah, there is fruit in there, it's dried up fruit. I just throw it away because it's sugar content and they just don't need that. So what I use it for is the hay in it, and they love to chew the actual basket. So that will last for a month or so. It just depends on who's in the mood to chew that week or month. And that was only $5.98, so that's not too bad of a deal for that. The next item is a woven carrot. This one was only $3.98, and it will probably last for some time. My girls are chewers, but the other ones aren't, so I'll probably start it off with the other ones, and if they don't want to chew it, then I'll give it to the girls and it will be gone very quickly. I also picked up this treat ball. It was a little bit more expensive. It was at $6.48. It may not be worth what it costs, because there's really, it's not really much to it, but it was able to fit into my $50 budget. That's what matters. My next item is a twig tunnel. This one says it is woven willow, but compared to last year's willow tree, it's a little different. It was a lot smoother. This one's a lot rougher, but my pigs love willow, especially the girls. They will chew a whole thing very quickly. So I still have last year's, but I took it away from them before it completely collapsed, because I want to make some videos on just make some toys out of the willow bark. So that will be for a later date. But this was $10.98, and it should last for several months or longer. If you had a rabbit, it may not last that long at all, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, because rabbits chew a lot more than guinea pigs. My last item is a Play and Chew. Now this was a ridiculous amount of money.
This one was $22.98. I mean, I would not see this as being a $22, but let me open this up for you so you can see inside a little bit better. So this is what it looks like. It's got a little hanging ball of twine in it, and it also has little chew toys, wooden toys around it. So if this is not, if they don't chew those, then I'll definitely reuse those on another toy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a potty pad in here. I don't know if mine will fit. I may actually have to use one of my pads to put in here because my other ones won't fit. But I feel like the guinea pigs are going to love this, and they'll probably spend a lot of time in it. So normally I would never spend $50 on these items. Like, I probably would not spend money on this. So this is when I use those $50. It's free $50. So I will use it to buy big ticket items that I would normally not use, because I would prefer to hand make things out of cheap stuff, or just find other ways to entertain them. But since I have the $50, that's what I use it for. So all in all, for $50, I got 5 items, and looking at it, it does not look like this would be worth $50. So just keep that in mind. You may not get many items, so choose your items wisely. Because I have several hard hideaways that the guinea pigs cannot chew through, I chose this year to spend money on chewable items. So usually I'll rotate it every other year, but they just did not have any good hideaways, or they were the same hideaways I already had. So Pet Supplies Plus always has very good toys to choose from. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you are a teacher, I hope this has helped you in making a decision on what grant you would like to use, or just hearing it for the first time. This is giving you something to do. Or you may want an animal now in your classroom. But just make sure, if you choose an animal, make sure it's taken proper care of, and you limit the interaction with students, especially if they're younger, because you don't want your animals to be injured in the process. So just keep that in mind, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye!